It's food time. Welcome to Food Time by Welcome Home Podcast. I'm Tom. I've got Trevor here next to me, and we're
Hello.
here to talk about all the new and delicious food at Disney. We have had so many Food Time episodes in the past 3 weeks. Disney keeps putting up food menus.
Okay. Let's just start off. We need to say this up front. I think it's fair to say this is the last one we're gonna do this year.
You,
I
I,
do
there's going to be another foodie
no,
guide
no,
that comes
no, no,
out for
no,
Magic
no,
Kingdom holiday
no,
food or something.
no.
No,
We've covered everything. There's
this
no
has to be the
way.
last one. This
Yeah,
has to be.
and if there is more, it's gonna wait till the new year. Like,
Yeah,
hey, I guess this is an early Christmas gift for everybody, as you've gotten 3 video episodes from us in 3 weeks, which we didn't think we were gonna be doing,
we
but
did not.
here we are. Yeah.
This was not
So
this was not a plan of ours. Honestly, we did the what was it called? The one that we started with. Oh, not started with, but the recent one, which with the holiday parties, right? And we thought, "Oh, we're done." Right? And
mhm.
then another one came out, and then well, 4 came out at once. And then now we have another
Yeah,
one,
yeah, because you're right, it was the holiday parties, and then it was, like,
the resorts
Disney
and parks and
Springs
stuff. Yeah.
Resorts,
And
Disneyland, and
Disneyland.
then yeah,
Yeah.
and then now we're on the f this is the EPCOT Festival holidays that we're looking at today, isn't it?
Yeah, we could. I mean, listen. When this came out, I was like, we can't not do this one because this is kind of it's Food and Wine Junior. It's
It
holidays.
is.
Yeah,
And
we,
I mean, honestly, for the amount of it, like, to me, the Epcot festivals are always the most interesting food
I
because
agree.
you get such a huge spread of, just international food that, and not to say that you don't get that in the other parks and other festivals and stuff, it's just Epcot just kinda leans into it more than the rest of them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just the whole it's and you get the variety of food too, it's not just all one type of food, it's all these different countries and all these different booths and all the specialized food. And so yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on here, Trevor. I don't know if you looked at this before we decided to do the show, but we got a lot of good stuff that's in this list here. So
I
why don't we get right into
I had a quick browse and then I stopped
it?
because I actually the funny thing was now that we're doing this on video, it's like sometimes I'll browse through ahead of time when we're doing the podcast, and I it's easy to react with my voice to things even if I've already seen them, but I kind of want to save my visual reaction for the show, which if I've gone and looked at everything, we're not really reacting to it, right? And that's not to say it always has to be like, reaction stuff, but I think it's more fun that way.
I agree with you. I think it's a lot more fun when you can react to things in real time, instead of just like planning ahead of time and knowing exactly what you're going to say. So, but yeah, this is the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. I have to say, Trevor, after looking at this, I'm disappointed I'm not going to be participating in this in any way. But let's get going here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was gonna say, I guess you don't have the time to hop on the monorail and get over there, do you?
I
Like
just really don't. I don't. I would love
maybe
to.
maybe another day.
Oh, don't do that to me. So we were
I'm sorry.
already
Okay, I'm sorry. Karen's gonna get mad at me. I'm
So this is an aside. This is an aside, just really quick. So like my sister and I, well, I guess it was last year, decided we were gonna stop exchanging gifts at Christmas time. It got monotonous, right? Because it was like too much to just continue doing that with all the other people to buy for, right? So we decided we were gonna start doing like an activity, like around Christmas, right? So like last year we did this thing. I talked about it on the main show. But this year we're going to be in Florida for Thanksgiving, and my sister's not going to come till after Christmas. So I was like, well, maybe we should do something while we're in Florida. Now my mom lives in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around her, like
Mhm.
literally nothing around her for us to do. That's fun. And so I was like, well, we could always drive down to Orlando and go do the Back to the Future escape room over at Universal City Walk. And I was like, do we really want to drive that far though for a round trip for one night? Probably not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's a little
it's a little
extra
far.
for really, like, because an escape room is what, like an hour of your time
Yeah,
usually?
yeah,
So, yeah,
yeah. I was surprised there was actually availability still for that week. I would think it would be booked up, but there was lots of availability. I'm surprised. But anyway, food. We're talking about food. We're talking about
yes.
Epcot. Let's do that.
Right,
So we're gonna
let's get into it.
let's do that. I went too far. Okay.
Already skipping.
Already
Yeah,
start off. Okay.
alright.
So this is gonna be the over at Communicore Hall, Trevor. And we're
Mhm.
gonna start off with something new here. But this is called the experimental prototype cookies of tomorrow menu, which I very much appreciate the the joke there. I really like it that they're
Yeah.
doing EPCOT, but instead of the C is cookies.
Instead of
But
community. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Well, we're gonna start off with this prototype cookie, which is a sugar cookie with orange, cranberry icing, and dark chocolate. It's got this really cool chocolate piece on the top that just looks like Spaceship Earth, and it looks like
It's
yeah, good.
it's iridescent from what I like
Yeah,
looking at the way the lighting is hitting it, it's going to have a shimmer to it, which
it looks like that. Yeah,
is super cool and obviously very fitting of the name. And this again, I get very hung up on cheaping out on visual stuff, using the chocolate wafers. The funny thing is that this is still like it's like a printed chocolate
kinda.
thing,
Yeah,
but the way that it's done is it is next level.
it
The
is.
fact that they're
I agree.
doing an iridescent image on it, I'm sure they're using some kind of glitter or something in it that gives it that shimmer, and it has that Epcot, or it has the Spaceship Earth design to it, which is it's not super complex, but
No,
it just looks cool. Like it's a very like I almost would not want to eat this cookie.
it's too pretty. It's too pretty
Yeah,
to eat. It's
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 too
too
pretty to
cool.
eat. Yeah,
Yeah, it really is. It's
yeah.
just too cool looking to eat. And the only thing I think that could make this cooler, Trevor, is if they had made it like 3D, like for real 3D
Like
instead
a
of like
texture to it. Yeah,
yeah, like actually made those like the pieces like stick up. You know what I mean? Where it
mhm.
was like you could actually like rub your hand against it and it would feel like you're touching the outside skin of Spaceship Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like with chocolate though, that becomes a dangerous thing because if the chocolate gets too thick, then it's not
Yeah,
exactly enjoyable to eat, right?
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
That's true.
the other thing too is I realize, looking at the flavors of this, I will admit I'm not usually a fan of orange and dark chocolate together. It's just not my favorite flavor profile, but
Yeah.
again, because of how pretty this cookie is, I would actually ignore that just for the sake of
Just to
trying
try it.
this. Yeah.
I'm with you, I'm with you. I
Yeah.
think this is a cool addition. We also have a ginger molasses cookie. Now, this one's a little more boring, but definitely
Um,
very Christmassy, right? Because you got the ginger, you got the molasses cookie, and then you have the cream cheese icing swirl on the top, and then a little bit of Christmas sprinkles thrown on top there.
yeah,
More boring,
ginger
but still Christmassy, you know?
I wouldn't call it boring. I guess for maybe where I was growing up, ginger molasses wasn't an obvious thing. Like I didn't really start seeing ginger molasses cookies, I think, until I was an adult. Because if I knew they were a thing when I was a kid, we talked about this before about eating gingerbread, that it's a little too tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Ginger molasses is they're those nice soft
You got the
cookies.
nice softness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
so, to me, it's like, if I see a ginger molasses cookie, I'm like, "Oh, I'm going for that first." And then, hey, throw cream cheese icing on top of it,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, like like,
Yeah.
eas I'm having this with the other cookies, and, that's perfect. It it can be it's basic, I guess, in that they're not doing anything out of the box, but it's still gonna be an enjoyable experience.
I 100% agree. I would get both of the I need like a flight of cookies from the
Yeah,
Epcot cookie stand.
why are these not in a flight? I
Right?
mean, or
Yeah.
can you get like can I get just like a tray of cookies?
Yeah,
Like,
just give me a tray of and there is a third one. Now this is a returning one you probably remember
mhm,
from last year, Trevor. So they do have the one that is shaped like Spaceship Earth, that has like sugar on the outside. It's salted caramel Spaceship Earth cookie. So it's like a sandwich cookie. There's cookies. I don't know what kind of cookies on the outside. They don't say, but on the inside, I'm assuming there's some sort of salted caramel, and then there's
right.
sugar on the top of it, and a nice little Mickey kind of holly, right? Or
Oh, yeah,
mistletoe, or whatever that is.
I
Yeah,
didn't
on the top.
even notice the hidden Mickey in the holly there.
Yeah.
I guess, that's an easy hidden
That's an
Mickey,
easy
now
one.
that you think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, but
You got
yeah, I guess
3
it's
you got
there.
3
Yeah,
berries, put them together, there you go, Mickey, done.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's an easy
Yeah,
one. Okay.
yeah, yeah, again, just put all of these on a plate. Like,
I
yeah,
agreed. I want
yeah,
all of them. I wanna try all of them. Again, this is over at Communicore. By the way, we should have mentioned, and this is my fault for not mentioning this, but the, Festival of the Holidays, starts at Epcot, on November 28th and continues until December 30th. So,
pretty
this starts
short.
right after Thanksgiving. So I couldn't go to this anyway because I'm not gonna be there for November 30th. So, but it is a very short period of time you can get these things. during the holidays here. So right after Thanksgiving until just about the end of the year. So I should have mentioned that on the front end.
Yeah, I hope that they bring some of these things back, like those the prototype cookies I hope we see in other, festivals.
Well, Trevor, it's funny you mentioned that because the next oh wait, there's one more thing here. Okay, wait, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Sorry. Wait, there's one more thing. There's one more thing, but this is returning, so this is not a new thing.
Okay,
This is
so I let's yeah, we don't need to touch too much on the returning stuff
no,
then.
this is just a gingerbread milkshake. Pretty straightforward, right? The
Mhm.
next booth, though, is all returning things because this is called the Favorites of Festivals Past menu. So
Ah,
they just have an entire booth at Communicore that is just returning things from previous festivals that you can get again. And so you have Reuben croquettes. Again, these are all returning, so we're not going to go over them for too long, but these
mhm.
look very good. There's a brown sugar and mustard glazed ham slider, which again looks pretty interesting.
That's
And
ham?
it doesn't even look like ham, right? Because it's got like I think
Yeah,
it's got like a glaze. It's the glaze on the outside. I think is what it is
right.
because it's
It almost looks
mustard
like a
glaze.
tofu.
It
Yeah,
does, right? Yeah. It's
yeah,
weird.
okay,
It's weird
yeah.
looking. But
Mhm,
yeah, I think
mhm,
it's just because of the glaze that's on the outside. You're getting that like weird kind of look to it, especially since it's like mustard. You can see the mustard in there, I feel like.
yeah.
Um,
Mhm,
but then you have a what is it, panettone holiday trifle. So that
mhm.
again, another returning favorite. So if you want these, you go over to Communicore. Again, you can get the cookies we just talked about, and you can get these returning favorites. Go, Trevor. What were you gonna
And we know that this is a trifle because there's cake in
say? We learned
it.
that last
We
week.
learned that last
We
week,
learned that last
exactly.
week. We learned a
Ah, the
lesson.
callback. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good callback. We did learn that
yeah.
last week. So
Mhm.
we're gonna head over to the Odyssey now, though, Trevor. Okay, we're gonna go over the Odyssey. We're
Alright.
gonna go to the Holiday Hearth dessert menu, and that's gonna start with just a cranberry oatmeal cookie. Now, listen, nothing special here, but it's very, very holiday themed, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Nothing too exciting there.
Yeah, I
But I
mean,
mean, who doesn't want a cranberry oatmeal cookie? That sounds good.
yeah, if you're just after a basic cookie, I mean, that again, nothing wrong with that. It's like you said, it's basic, but, I guess, maybe, like, I'm thinking about it, those other cookies, it's like that might be a little too much sugar, and this might be
Mm,
something to just kind of, calm it down a little bit.
balance it out a little. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. Okay, maybe.
yeah.
Now, the next item, Trevor, and it's only because we've done so many of these food times already, it's going to look a little familiar to you, but it's still considered new. And that's a red velvet cake pop with festive sparkles. Now, I don't remember where we saw pretty much this exact same thing. I think it was
Yeah.
Disneyland, maybe. I don't remember, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
there definitely was a cake pop like this. I don't think it was red velvet, though. I think it
Okay, I thought
it
it
might have
was, but I
been.
could be wrong. I'm
Yeah,
misremembering.
but I don't remember. I mean, the green is, I guess I'm looking at it, I'm going like, "That's a weird choice for red velvet," but I guess it's also when you bite into it, then you get the green and the red. So it makes like, it's that festive it's a festive bite when you get into it, right? So,
One thing's for sure,
um,
Trevor, there's a lot of dyes going on here, so you're gonna
there
have
is.
yeah, there's gonna
Yeah.
be interesting situations later on. Uh,
Because I can bet you that they're not making red velvet the, proper way either.
why would you say that though? I would think they would
Ye
make red velvet the proper way, not just dye it
well
red, you know?
well, a lot of places don't actually.
I
A
know,
lot
that's
a
true,
lot of
yeah.
places do. Red velvet in a lot of cases is actually just dark chocolate with red dye in it.
Yeah, yeah,
Red velvet actually, I believe it requires vinegar to make it properly, and it's a bit of an involved
because there's a
process, which.
chemical reaction that occurs to
Yes,
make it red
and
velvet, yeah,
that's yeah, and that's
yeah.
what makes the red velvet. So, depending and I guess I don't want to. It's probably not fair of me to assume that Disney would cut corners, but they also, because they're doing stuff en masse, they sometimes have to cut corners.
Sure,
And I wouldn't be surprised if this is, dyed red velvet with green dyed green dyed chocolate
that's fair.
or
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I mean, that's a valid point, Trevor. They do have to make these things in large quantities, but I do find that whenever Disney's doing pastries that they do tend to do things the right way, I feel like, but I could be wrong.
I
I
guess
could be.
I guess I would love to know this, for anybody that does get a chance to experience this. I would be curious if anybody can, like, I'll
You
admit,
tell, if you could tell.
I can't, like, I'm not, like, sitting there examining my red velvet going like, "This is right, this is wrong." I'm not paying that close attention to it, but, if there's somebody that does know and well enough that could, that can tell the difference,
Yeah,
I would love to know if this is actually proper red velvet or dark chocolate.
I agree. I agree. We also have a few returning favorites here, which is reindeer chow, which is bunch of candy and some stuff thrown together. It's
Mm,
this is something you make
it's
around the
cute.
holidays. I'm good with it. I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't need to be anything special. But there's also an apple caramel crumb cake, pretty basic looking, but probably delicious. I mean,
Eh, I like it.
yeah.
It just yeah, I like a good crumb cake.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly, exactly. And then we also have a classic chocolate covered toffee brittle, which, again, this is I tend to make something like this around the holidays. I always like
Mhm.
making like this kind of brittle stuff, and it always goes really fast around the house. So this is always a classic item. Again, it doesn't always have to be crazy special. It can be basic stuff done well.
Well, and you say it's not crazy, but these are all, traditional holiday items, I guess
That's
is the way
exactly
to
right. Yeah,
phrase it. They're not it's not that they're just like or low-hanging fruit or basic. It's they're offering up, a lot of people like you said, this is like a staple around the holidays or it's something that gets you in the mood, which, I fully appreciate that. And I know, we're leading up to you going on your trip, Tom, for, going to the holiday party and sometimes it's just about getting the holiday vibes, and sometimes you just need the right snack to get the vibes.
yeah, yeah.
You'll know what I mean when you get there.
I already know what you mean because like there's nothing like a hot cocoa that just like puts me in the mood for the holidays, right? Like a
Yeah,
hot cocoa, yeah, that kind of stuff.
yeah. Some of these snacks I think are just about the vibes. Is all
I
it
agree.
is.
I agree.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna move over to connections now, Trevor. And I've got beef with connections
sure.
over this because this is like the laziest snack ever. I mean, come on. It's a holiday sugar, and this is returning. This is just a sugar cookie with some sprinkles thrown on top. What are we doing here?
Which grocery store did they get this from?
Right? Like, what these are so I mean, they just went down to Publix and bought,
Yeah, right.
a couple thousand,
I
basic cookies.
I was gonna cite a Canadian grocery store up here and say, like, "This looks like something" we have a place called Save On Foods that, for
Okay,
anybody in
yeah,
Western Canada knows what it is. This looks like something I would find at Save On Foods, which I'm not saying is bad, I'm just saying it's like,
it's basic.
it's not anything, interesting, but also, again, back to the point of the vibes, if you just wanna have a cookie like this, fine. It's just funny that, yeah, like you said, there's nothing going
Nothing
on
special.
here.
No.
Yeah.
Now, this is a little better, and this is again returning.
Mhm.
These are not new items, but there's what they're calling a Figment holiday sweater liege waffle, and so an homage to Figment's holiday sweater. I mainly just like this because it has the logo in the middle, the Epcot. I forget which neighborhood that is off the top of my head, but
It's
I guess it's
oh,
imagination,
what is
right? Because 'Cause they're doing it for
yeah,
Figment, right?
mhm,
But it's just a liege it's their normal liege waffle. It's got some blue sprinkles on it, and it's got the logo in the middle. This is actually kind of the thing that Trevor and I always rage against of just throwing a chocolate piece on something that's festive or whatever. The only reason this
yeah,
is acceptable to me is because it's an Epcot, symbol. So,
and
um
it's also a liege waffle, it's not like I mean, putting it on
yeah,
like a
yeah,
cupcake or something easy is one thing, this is liege waffles are not common per se, so,
that's true.
they
That's true.
they are doing something a little different with it. I get that they're trying to do the blue as like a holiday thing, but, saying it's Figment, like, the logo is there, but it's like, why is there not any purple in there,
Because it doesn't Figment
right?
wear that blue sweater during the don't they, like, switch out his sweater to that blue sweater
Do
during the
they?
holidays? Is that what they're doing here, I think?
I'm gonna go have a look now.
Yeah, go do that. We're gonna move
Yeah,
on to say
continue on.
yeah, we're gonna move on to savory things, Trevor, and we're gonna
Yeah.
get to some bunch of new items here. And so this is gonna be over in Mexico. We're gonna make our way over to the World Showcase and get over to Mexico, for the, Las Posadas, holiday kitchen menu. And we're going to start off here with this tostada de carne, which is braised beef tips, slowly cooked Mexican style, atop a fried corn tortilla with black beans, crispy onions, and queso fresco. I feel like the Mexican pavilion always shines in every festival.
Sorry, you just can't miss with Mexican food, I feel like it's
Yeah,
it's one of these things that I guess this is not like you said, this is something new, but the ingredients that go into it are kind of, you know what you're getting. Like
Yeah.
it's those Mexican flavors that are always good. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's a taco or tostada or whatever. It's just more kind of looking at going, do I want, beans with this, or do I not want beans with this, or do I care? Like it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's just really deciding what goes in it, which yeah, like it, looks good. Definitely I would try it. I think every time I walk by the Mexico pavilion, we have to try something. So, you know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
There's a second option as well,
Mhm.
which we were talking about this last episode, and I'm still not completely clear on whether this is tamal or tamale, but we're gonna say tamal or tamale.
So,
J-
I did actually
you
find
got
this out. So
clarification on
so
this?
so tamal is the singular, tamale
Okay.
is plural.
All right. So it's tamal
So,
de pollo con mole,
yep.
shredded chicken in mole in corn masa topped with mole negro, queso fresco, crema mexicana, slivered almonds, and sesame seeds.
Yeah, so
This
because
looks
it's the
delicious.
single because it's a single tamal, it's,
Yeah.
you just get one, which they're being clear about. But again, yeah, good. Like just good mix of stuff. And I'll get both of these and just eat them together. And that's a meal right there, right?
I feel like the almonds is an interesting, an interesting addition to this because I don't feel like I
Mm.
usually see that so much in like savory Mexican food with like almonds on the top like that. But I'm not
And
saying it's bad. I think the crunch is probably good with this. You know?
yeah, agreed. And actually, yeah, that is a fair point. Almonds and sesame seeds both are not something that I see in a lot of Mexican cooking. So they're definitely they're trying something here. And I mean, I don't I don't hate almonds. Almonds are fine, but to your point, it might add some crunch. I don't know that it's actually bringing anything to the dish though.
I
Like,
really just the crunch. I think it's more of a
yeah.
texture, right? You're just bringing that crunch there because the rest of it is probably a little mushy almost, and you get a little crisp out of this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't care that much if I'm having a tamal. But
That's fair. I mean, that's what you expect, right? So it's
yeah.
there's a certain texture you expect. Now, they also do have a dessert item here too that is new, but not all that different than things we've seen before, which is just a dulce de leche churro sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. This is, by the way, a very attractive picture of a churro with the dulce de leche, just the caramel,
Dripping out of it, yeah.
just dripping out of it. Like, yeah, I want to
Yeah,
eat that. I mean, who
yeah.
doesn't?
Uh, I find it weird that they specifically call out sprinkled with cinnamon and sugar because isn't that how a churro comes by default?
I mean, they just needed to put more on the
I guess
description, I guess, right?
I guess. I guess they couldn't just go with dulce de leche churro. I mean, if you just said dulce de leche churro to me, I would be like, "Yeah, okay, I'm in."
It's
Like,
like, all right, yeah, right on, right on. Let's do
yeah,
that. That sounds
yeah.
good.
Mhm.
All right, so that's
Alright.
Mexico. I think there's some good stuff in Mexico.
Yep, definitely. Alright, what else, so are we going I assume we're going left then.
We are
Um,
going to China, Trevor. I know this is
okay, so
always
we're
one of
continuing
your
on the left, so
this is
yeah,
one of your favorites. I don't know if you want to read
yeah.
this new dish we have up here.
So yeah, so we have a barbecue char siu pork fried rice with Chinese lachang sausage, egg, yellow onion, green onion, and sesame. This, like,
This looks
you
really good.
you can't you
I
can't
would eat
tell me
this.
you wouldn't eat this. Like, yeah,
No, I'd
this is
100% eat this. This
yeah,
looks delicious. This
yeah,
looks
I love
delicious.
char siu pork and, hey, give me a bowl of rice with char siu pork. Yeah, easy. Like,
Yeah.
it and, I know this is supposed to be holiday stuff. I don't know. I
Maybe it's
mean,
what they eat for the holidays in China. I don't know.
yeah, like, I don't know if there's anything festive about this. I mean, I think I would order this any day of the year. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's it that I but, maybe this is one of these things, though, where they're using this festival as a place to just try some of these things, and again, I hope that, you know, I kinda hope I see this come back at other festivals because I would really like to try this.
You want this. You wanna eat this now
Yeah.
for regardless
Mhm.
of festivals, right? Like,
For
forget
sure.
forget other festivals. They
Yeah.
do also have a couple returning ones, which, this one's a beef, noodle soup bowl,
Mhm.
which, pretty standard fare, I think, and then there's also vegetable spring rolls. Again, nothing
Easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty straightforward. But we are gonna move over to the African outpost, which is not really a pavilion, so to speak, but it's that little area over there, right? And
Yeah.
they do have a dish, so
And
we do
the Africa outpost has some interesting stuff in it because I don't know that, like, it's not always necessarily African. It's kind of a mix of different things. In this case, it's a spiced shrimp stew with jollof rice, which I mean, I, I don't know. I like it. That doesn't scream anything like African in terms of flavors to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But it it just kind of looks like a basic rice dish. Like I
It
know we
kind of
just
does,
finished
yeah.
talking about the pork. Like the char siu pork one looks far more interesting. This looks very
Very
one
basic.
note. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's probably good, and it's probably, like, a good kinda stick to your ribs kinda thing, right? Because anytime you
Mhm.
got rice, it's very, it's a very filling dish usually. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing super special. I mean, maybe it's just in the spices, maybe the way the spices are very,
Yeah,
African. I don't know.
that's fair. I mean, yeah, maybe it's how, how the shrimp stew is spiced. Maybe that's where the flavor and the interest comes in. But it just doesn't look it doesn't look like something I want to order, honestly.
That's fair, yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Well, we're gonna continue working our way around World Showcase. We're gonna head over to Germany for the
Mhm.
Bavaria Holiday Kitchen. Now, no updates in Germany this year,
Yeah.
but
This is all returning this year, right?
that
But
being said, though, all classics, right? They've got classic stuff for this, which
I feel
is
like I feel like this area for you, Tom, is like how the China Pavilion is for me. Yeah.
yeah, this is my place, my friend.
This is
Yeah,
Tom's place. Yeah.
pork schnitzel, 100%.
Yeah.
Cheese
Mhm.
fondue in a bread bowl, heck yeah. Like, give me that all day long.
Yeah.
Hazelnut Linzer cookie, I'm not a huge I'm not a huge Linzer cookie fan, but I do love hazelnuts. So, I don't know.
Again, maybe you just need to try it just for the
Yeah.
sake of saying you tried it.
Listen, I like any kinds of cookies. The other
Yeah.
place that is a me place, Trevor, is Italy, and that's over at the
Mhm.
Tuscany Holiday Kitchen, and we do have some new things here. So, Italy is always calling my name, right? And this first one is, I'm gonna butcher this, man. Salsiccia e kind of pepperoni, right? I mean, it says like
Yeah.
pepperoni. Pepperoni? Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
sweet sausage, roasted peppers, and focaccia. So literally, it's just some
Huh.
peppers and some roasted and some sweet sausage and a piece of focaccia. I feel like you can't go wrong with this.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever had sweet sausage. So that's kinda interesting to me because when I think about especially when they say, pepperoni, I automatically assume like,
Yeah, like
pizza
that. Yeah,
pepperoni,
that
which is
spicy
very
kind of. Yeah,
yeah, right? So a sweet sausage with roasted peppers are sweet too, so this is just an all around, sweet dish, which I'm not arguing with. And then,
sweet and savory.
and
It's
then,
still got the savory though. It's just a
yeah,
little bit of
yeah,
sweet.
I'm
You know?
sorry, yeah, yeah, it's still savory, but it's closer to, a sweet profile. It's not gonna burn your mouth or anything. It's not
No, no, no.
spicy. And then, serve it with a side of focaccia, which it looks like it's just there for, mopping up all the
Sop
stuff
up
that
the
you
sauce.
didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Which
makes
is
sense.
listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
we had some Italian food at my house. We made some Italian food the other night. We didn't have any bread floating around, and I was like, ah, man, there's all this sauce here. I want to eat it all, but I got
Yeah,
nothing to sop it up.
isn't that what that's the whole purpose of the bread is when you're done eating, you use it to,
Yeah, yeah,
sop up the sauce, yeah?
you got to do that. Yeah. There's also another new item here too, and this is a sweet item. This is pizza chocolato.
Choco
I
chocolat
apologize to anybody
chocolate,
that's
yeah.
listening here that speaks Italian or knows
Choco
Italian.
Chocolato, I guess.
Chocolata, yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's fried house-made pizza dough with sugar, cinnamon, and chocolate. So these are basically almost like little
Okay.
donuts, but made out of pizza dough.
Alright, yeah, okay, I think I've had something like this before,
Yeah,
and so initially the pizza part was throwing me off, but then when I realized, oh, they're using pizza dough to basically make, up here, these would be the Canadian version of this is Timbits, but
yeah,
we don't use
yeah,
pizza dough, but, these are like Timbits made of pizza dough, which, yeah, okay,
yeah.
makes sense to me. I would definitely try these.
Oh, I would 100% eat these. There's also a savory version of these too, which they've
Oh,
had
okay,
last
yeah,
year, which was Montanera, as it's called, is fried house-made pizza dough with pomodoro sauce, parmesan, and fresh basil. Very basic, but it's a more savory version of it. It's almost just like a little pizza right there, kind of without the cheese, like the mozzarella. It's just some sauce, some dough, and it's fried up. I mean, Sounds delicious to
Y
me.
you get both. Again, this is one of these, like, pairing things. I'm now looking at this as, like, which of these things are we looking at? What can you put together and, like, make a meal out of? Get the pizza balls, get the dessert pizza balls. You've got a meal, and
Yep.
you could even, like, you could roll them all into, you could put them all in a bag, and you just walk around,
Oh.
popping pizza balls, and then you don't know what you're getting, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
It's
that,
like
yeah, I mean, you're just getting both, really.
yeah, fair.
I
Or, I
mean,
mean,
getting
fine, 2
chocolate
bags,
and
so,
oh,
you
man.
have both, and you're walking with a friend, and you're both, eating pizza balls.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's, yeah, I keep saying that's fair on these. Last show I noticed I said it like 100 times, and I don't know why. I need to stop saying that. So I'm sorry for those that get annoyed by these kinds of things. I will try to stop saying that. But yes, it's true, Trevor. How about
Yeah, I mean,
that?
Tom's agreeing with my thought process on this. That's all
Yeah,
that's
that's all.
happening.
That's all.
Yeah,
We are going to move to America, where in the American Adventure over at Fife and Drum, they just always do the most basic thing. However, I'm not going to complain because an apple pie sundae, which is apple pie filling with vanilla ice cream and caramel sauce topped with streusel, doesn't need to be anything fancy. That's just going to be delicious. Like it
yeah,
just is, unless you don't like apple
yeah,
pie, I
it's
guess. But
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, if you're there for a festival of the holidays, again, maybe it's just me, like, coming back to the, holiday vibes is there is always, like, an apple pie crumble or a
oh yeah,
strudel or something somewhere, like, you're always having some kind of apple pie somewhere in the holidays.
I
So,
agree. Yeah, you're
yeah,
always having
might
something.
as well make it a Sunday, right?
Agree. Yeah,
You
100%.
you finish your pizza balls and then you you grab a sundae.
It's a walk around apple pie, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
just, you
Yeah,
can walk
it's
there. It's
in a
portable.
cup. Yeah, exactly. It's in a cup, so you know you're not making a mess with it, and you can just, go to town.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also over at, and this one I got excited for you, Trevor, right? Because this is over at Regal Eagle. This is a
Mhm.
frozen gingerbread eggnog with gingerbread syrup topped with nutmeg. I remember you talking about the lack of
Interesting.
eggnog previously, but
Alright.
this, I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen frozen eggnog before.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too far. I mean, eggnog is not, it's cold anyway, so, I mean, frozen is just next step on it. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
I feel like, it makes sense, but yeah, gingerbread eggnog. I will admit, I usually just have my eggnog by itself. I usually don't think about what else goes with it, but yeah, gingerbread and eggnog, and then also the fact that they topped it with nutmeg. I mean, that to me is like if I'm having eggnog, my wife can attest to this, is that, like, I'm, like, digging through the pantry looking for the nutmeg because, like, you're not
Every year
using
I
nutmeg.
find it. Yeah.
Yeah, for the rest of the year, you're not using it, but I'm like, "I need some nutmeg,"
Need nutmeg right now.
yeah, put it on my eggnog, right? So, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that looks great. I would that would be my drink of choice to go with my
With your pizza balls.
pizza and my apple pie ice cream, yeah.
Your apple pie ice cream. You're gonna you
Yeah,
if you're all the things you've already said you're gonna eat, by the time you get to America, you're going to be ill.
yeah, fair, but
Yeah.
but it'll be a good ill.
It'll be a it'll be a good ill. It'll be a happy ill. You'll be ill,
Yes.
but also very pleased. Um,
Yes.
we also do have there's a booth called the American Holiday Table, and this does have a new item in it, which is a chocolate cookie featuring Snickers because they got to get the sponsor in there. Featuring Snickers bar pieces and salted caramel. Really, nothing
Mm,
too crazy about this, but again, probably delicious, right? Like, because
yeah.
it's a chocolate Snickers cookie with salted caramel. I mean, everything on there is amazing.
I mean, it looks a lot like the cookies you get at Caramel Couche. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've had those, but,
Yes, I have. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it's giving me that, but it's,
That kind of vibe. Yeah.
obviously, throw some Snickers in there, so you got, like, the nougat and everything, and yeah, it's
You gotta have the
uh,
nougat.
yeah, I feel like, this honestly, to be fair, like, they are upping it a little bit with the salted caramel and everything, but, kinda like some of the other cookies we talked about where it feels li it doesn't feel like anything special per se, like,
Yeah,
it's not new and interesting, but, sometimes you just need, a good chocolate cookie as well,
I
so
agree.
Yeah.
Basic is fine sometimes. Like, there's nothing wrong with basic, right? I mean, sometimes. If you go too basic, though,
Yeah,
this is like mid-range. This is not super fancy. It's not basic. It's right in the middle.
and actually it brings up a good point that, thinking about the fact that this is Festival of the Holidays, it is a holiday festival, which, as we talked about, for a lot of people is very traditional. It's not meant to be a time where you're doing a lot of experimenting with things, I guess,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
you sometimes, people do try stuff at the holidays, like, for dinner, you make a new dish or whatever. And sometimes it's received well, sometimes it's
It's a
a
dud.
yeah, it fails spectacularly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like maybe what Disney is kind of doing here is that they are making sure that they're offering up a lot of things here, even if they are new, that still feels comfortable and feels like something that, if you're
Familiar. Feels
yeah,
familiar.
if
Feels
you're
like
there for the
home, you know?
holidays, it's like, you got your Christmas sweater on, you're walking around and you're just looking for those holiday flavors, right?
Yeah.
So, huh,
Speaking of holiday flavors, Trevor, the other thing that American Holiday Table has is a returning item, which is your classic slow roasted turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes, and some green beans. It's a Thanksgiving dinner, just on a plate right there. That's what my plate's gonna look like in a little over a week here, without the cranberry sauce, because forget that. Also, the stuffing. I'm not a huge stuffing fan, but
yeah, I guess that's not cranberry jelly, that's actually cranberry sauce, isn't it?
I don't know. It kind of looks jelly-ish, but we've got that, and then we also have a blackened catfish. Again, this is returning as well. So this is another dish that's in there if you're into fish. This looks delicious. If I liked fish, I would probably eat this. It looks really good.
I mean, you should try it someday. I know you say
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't
Yeah,
eat
you're,
fish,
you're
but
speaking my wife's language.
I know, but I'm saying I think you wouldn't
Yeah,
be that put off by this,
yeah,
I feel. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
We're gonna be standing there's gonna be a point where me and your wife are standing with you in Epcot. Actually, it'll be me and my wife and your wife, and we'll all be standing there looking at you going, "Tom, just try it."
So this is I
Just
know
ju
you say that like it's not something that occurs weekly in my house. I mean,
No,
this is
but I'm
something.
saying this there's specifically gonna be a scene in the future where, like, all of us are standing in Epcot with, like, this,
I don't
and, like,
respond well
"Tom,
to
just
peer
try
pressure,
it."
Trevor. Okay, I don't respond well to peer pressure. Um, well, listen, it also wouldn't be the American Adventure if there wasn't a funnel cake, and we just happen to have a new funnel cake. And this one just looks epic to me, which is a red velvet cookie funnel cake topped with powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream cheese whipped cream, red velvet cookie pieces, mini chocolate chips, and chocolate syrup. What
Okay,
are you laughing about? This is
this
nuts.
okay, they lead with funnel cake. This thing is just a mountain of, like, everything else, and there's, like, a little bit of funnel cake on the bottom,
Yeah,
like,
the funnel cake is not
th
even,
it's it's
it's
just
not even
there as a
important here.
plate. Like,
Yeah,
it's just the plate for everything else that's being served here. Sorry, that is so funny.
it
Like, it
is
like,
it's very excessive.
it looks amazing,
It
and l
does.
and it's hitting all, like, yeah, red velvet, cream cheese, like, chocolate, yeah, it's hitting everything, but, like, the funnel cake part feels so
It
unnecessary,
feels
but I also
buried.
get
It's,
yeah.
like, buried in there. You can barely
This
see.
is this is the Matterhorn of funnel cakes, like, jeez.
This feels very like the stereotype of what everyone that doesn't live in the United States thinks every dish in the United States is, which
Yeah.
they're not. Listen,
Yeah.
a lot like that's not far off, right?
But yeah, it
But
it it
yeah,
reminds me of, like, if you've seen, like, those or, like, there's sometimes videos on Facebook where it's, like, they take a hot dog and then they drop it in batter and then they deep fry it and then they,
yeah,
they keep, like, doing more and more to it, and it's yeah, this feels like that, but, it's hilarious, sorry, that as soon as you said you're like funnel cake, and I was waiting for, like, a picture of a funnel cake, and
where's
I'm
the
like,
funnel cake?
"What is this thing?" Like
Yeah, I mean, listen though, you're talking. It has vanilla ice cream and it has cream cheese whipped cream on this. This may
Yeah.
kill you, Trevor. Like if you
It
if you
probably
ate this, you
would.
might
Yeah,
die. Look,
I don't think I could eat this, but I mean, if I had my way about it, just skip the ice cream and just give me all the cream cheese whipped
all the
cream
rest of
'cause
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
get it. I mean, I feel like I need like the national anthem right now playing in the background. Like just like so proud of this dish.
A
This is just
as you're fading into a sugar coma from eating this.
this is an American chef kiss right here. This is
Yeah.
oh man. I just you to your
And
point,
this
Trevor.
sorry, this is at the American Pavilion, right?
Yes, that's why it's hilarious. Like
Yeah.
whoever came up with this was just like, yeah, let's throw some ice cream on there. Okay, some
Th
red velvet. Okay,
this
cream cheese whipped cream. Okay, chocolate chips. No, chocolate sauce too. Like,
yeah, this feels like me raiding my fridge at, like, 11:30 at night with, like, "Oh, we've got ice cream. Oh, we've got whipped cream. Oh, let's just
yeah,
put it all
exactly.
together," right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, so we'll go over to one of your other favorite countries, Trevor, now, okay?
Japan, the
Move
place
away
that
from
Tom doesn't
America.
want nothing to do with because
I don't know. This looks pretty good. This new item, which is this is the
dessert
what is it?
bow. Mm.
Shiwasu? Is that how you say that? Shiwasu? Wasu?
Uh, where are you
Holiday
seeing that?
Kitchen? It's not on
Oh,
my
it's
page.
oh,
It's
oh.
on the page, but it's that's the name of the booth.
I'll have a look at it here in a second, but we can talk about the strawberry bun first, which I mean, I know you don't really go for this kind of stuff, but
But
bao is just
I have no problem with a bow. I like a bow.
okay. But
Yeah.
and I can just imagine like this cream filling, I don't know, like there's just something about how like Japanese desserts are done. Like they're usually not overly sweet, which is actually a good thing.
You should read what this is. So
So
it's a soft pink dessert bow containing sweet strawberry cream filling finished with a light coconut sauce.
yeah, and even though they say it's a sweet strawberry cream, I'm not expecting it to be like it's not gonna be that funnel cake, I guess is the thing. Like it's
Like what you talk about the disparity, right? It's like
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like
like
it's yeah, and yeah, with coconut and everything, it's yeah, this looks and actually yeah, this kind of feeds into in Japan, I know for holiday stuff, like especially leading up to New Year's, strawberry is actually a big flavor for them. So this actually from a Japanese standpoint, this actually makes a lot of sense as like a holiday type thing.
it
So
makes sense.
yeah. And yeah, so
The,
yeah, Shiwasu is the name of the kitchen.
we also have a sushi tree roll, which is just straight up like sushi.
Here's
uh,
some California roll with
yeah,
looks like spicy mayo on it, and then
colorful
it is
green. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
rice
Colorful rice pearls is what's on
rice
there.
pearls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like a little
Cute.
Christmas tree, but it's just straight up sushi and a little Christmas tree. And again, this is returning. This is not new.
Yeah.
And then this last one, which is, do you want to read this one? Do you have it up?
Uh, the Toshikoshi soba.
Toshikoshi soba. That's a fun thing to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so buckwheat soba noodles in hot dashi fish space soup topped with shrimp tempura and chopped green onions. And yeah, unfortunately, the noodles you'll be fine with. I like dashi broth. I don't know that you would like dashi broth because it is or there's fish flavor in it.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's a no-go for me. That's a no-go.
This is giving a very coastal flavor.
Okay,
Let's
yeah, yeah. That's
let's leave
very
it at
coastal,
that.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's good
We're
though.
gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move over
We're gonna move
to
to less strange things to Tom.
the Tangerine Cafe. Again, Tangerine Cafe over at Morocco does not have anything new.
Mhm.
So they bring back the Morocco wraps that they had last year. They're also bringing back the stone-baked Moroccan bread. Both of these look like great items. Obviously, if they're bringing them back,
Perfectly good.
they were top choice for people. So we are going to move over to the L'chaim. I'm doing a little bit of I've been around my wife now long enough, who is Jewish, to be able to say that correctly. So
Alright.
this is a between Morocco and France, and obviously this is kind of a Jewishy themed. I say Jewishy because I was talking to my wife about this earlier, right? She's like, "Well, what's at the Jewish booth?" And I told her the thing. She goes, "That feels pretty stereotypical Jewish things as opposed to things we actually eat during Hanukkah." And I was like, "That is true. However, is it wrong?
Mhm.
Like, because these are all things that you would, And
I
she was like,
is it
"No,
yeah, yeah, I was gonna say, I understand stereotypical, but you could say the same thing about all holiday food, is it
you could."
is
Yeah.
stereotypical holiday food.
Yeah,
I
and
know
it's good. The first thing they have on here though is a Mickey-shaped almond black and white cookie, which I swear they had a black and white cookie last year, but maybe it wasn't Mickey-shaped, I don't know,
yeah,
but
sorry, I thought there's something specific with the black and white cookie in like Jewish holiday culture, isn't it? Or maybe
I actually
I thought it
I
was
it's
I thought it
very
was something to
much
do with the end of the year or something to do with
I don't
transition. I don't know, maybe.
I don't know if there's
Maybe I'm
anything
wrong about
significant specifically. So I will tell you all of the items that are at this holiday kitchen. It remind me just of a Jewish New York deli, right? And
that.
that's kind of where the vibe of what they're doing with this, which is fine because because they are like some of them are Jewish items and things that you know the Jewish people do eat around the holidays. They're just all year long too. But I mean, a black and white cookie is always one of my favorites. Like I said, I swear that they had one last year. I just remember this, but it says it's new. Maybe it's different. Maybe it wasn't in a Mickey shape last year. I don't know. But listen, you can't go wrong with a black and white cookie. I just gonna say
Hmm,
that.
yeah.
That's the only new item at this booth. They have a pastrami on rye, like I was mentioning, Jewish deli. This is very Jewish deli, and very very familiar with this type of thing. So, but they do. This is very much a Jewish food, which is a smoked salmon potato latke. Latkes are a big thing around Hanukkah. So that one does really really resonate. And then of course the smoked salmon piece. There's a lot of smoked salmon that goes on with around this time of year. Well, just really again year round with my wife. She'll have locks any time of the year if she wants it. So, um, and I always forget how to. Well, so there's also just potato latkes, by the way, which again they had last year. Again, you can't go wrong with
It's
latke. I love
they're good.
latkes. I
Yeah.
love
I've
latkes.
had them before. They're good. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And this one I can never say right. I think it's rugelach. Rugelach. Someone's going to correct me. I butchered it, I'm sure. But it's these pastries again. You get these at Jewish delis. These are really really neat little kind of cake. It's like a pastry with it's got some jam and some walnuts and stuff in them and cinnamon. They're very good. I grew up with these too, even though I didn't grow up Jewish. We because where I was in New Jersey, growing up, we had this kind of stuff all around all the time. So
Kind of reminds me of baklava. You've ever had?
yeah, yeah. It's a little different because it's not like the layers, but it's like the outer
Yeah,
layer
yeah.
of it is. Yeah.
The outer layer is looking a lot like baklava to me, but yeah.
Yeah. So this next one though, Trevor, we're gonna go over to France. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna rely on you for all these
Oh no, here we
pronunciations.
go.
Because listen, you're better
Okay,
at this than
let
I
me.
am.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
But this first one looks amazing. I want to just say this. This might be my
Wow.
favorite looking dish of the entire bunch. And that's the go ahead, read
A macaron de Noël au
it. Say it?
space
Yeah.
species? Yeah,
That
I
sounds
think it's
Spanish if
species,
you say it
yeah.
that way.
I I don't know, yeah, that one I'm not sure on. But yeah, so a large gingerbread macaroon with a spiced filling, and the logo on this thing is wow.
Awesome.
Yeah,
How are they not selling shirts with that logo? It's literally space. It's the round part of Spaceship Earth, and then the Eiffel Tower in the middle of it, and then around the outside it says Happy Holidays, and I'm assuming what Happy Holidays
Bon
is in French.
fête.
Yeah.
And actually, I don't know if that's right.
What? It's not that's incorrect,
Um,
or is it saying something
so
different?
so I've always thought bon fête meant happy birthday, but
Oh,
maybe I'm oh, no, happy holiday. Okay,
it
so
does. Okay,
alright,
so it is okay.
yeah,
But these look so good. The first of all, the graphic on them looks
mhm,
perfect. But
yeah,
also just like what the stuff they have piped on the inside like of it, like it's a very, very attractive dish.
yeah.
So
I mean, and I feel like, these or they say that these are large, so I'm assuming that, like, macarons are usually like,
yeah,
bite
they're
size. I'm
yeah,
assuming this is like a sandwich,
yeah,
right?
like a real nice size, like a
Yeah,
big one, right?
yeah.
They do also have another dish there too that is a savory dish that I'm gonna again rely on you to read because I don't know what any of these words are.
Dinde roti, which is I believe that dinde is, like dinner,
Okay.
and I'm not sure what roti is. I guess
Well, we got the
sauce à
English for
garniture
yeah.
servi avec patates
I'm
douces.
gonna guess
So
potatoes.
two kinds of potatoes, it looks like.
So yeah, we got roasted turkey with mushrooms, pearl onions, bacon,
Yeah.
turkey gravy, and roasted sweet potatoes.
I'll
This
take
looks really good.
that's this yeah, these phrases are breaking my brain because these aren't normally how I or yeah.
It's okay, Trevor. I don't expect you to be
Yeah,
able to
I'm sorry, I'm like, I'm looking at
stretch.
this, I'm going, "What?" That looks like 2, but it's actually means, yeah, oh, the problem is it can mean, like, 5 different things.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
I mean, I assume that that's the potato
yeah,
part, and maybe it means like sweet
yeah,
potatoes or like I don't know.
yeah. No, it's actually means, yeah, it means sweet, actually.
Okay.
It's one of the meanings of it is sweet, so it's yeah, sweet potatoes, yeah,
It looks good. I mean, it
yeah,
looks really good to me. Outside of the
yeah.
mushrooms. I don't do mushrooms, but
Do you usually do sweet potatoes at the holidays or no?
I
Like,
mean, it's done in my household. Yes. I
mm,
am not a huge sweet potato fan. I will eat them. I'm more of a regular potato fan. I will destroy some mashed potatoes. I love
you
mashed
see,
potatoes.
I'm usually the one pushing for sweet potatoes in my household because
Really? Okay.
I usually like yams or sweet potatoes with my holiday meals, so this is like, this is kinda how my holiday dinner would play out. Yeah,
That's I understand that. I get that. They do have a returning dish as well, which is looks like I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this one. So let's not struggle through it anymore. This is smoked
yeah,
salmon spread on a sesame brioche roll with cucumber and radishes. This looks disgusting to me, but I'm sure it looks good to somebody.
yeah. Crème de saumon fumée au broche au grain de semis, concombre et radis. Yeah,
It's
that's pretty much what
it's
you said.
it is a very yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot of
absolutely.
words to
Yeah,
say smoked salmon on
smoked
a
salmon out
brioche
of
roll with
yeah.
cucumber, yeah.
The roll is very dark. It's a very dark roll.
Yeah, it
It's
looks
interesting.
like a pumpernickel or something like that.
Yeah, they actually don't even say what kind. It just says it's a brioche roll, but it's not a typical
Yeah.
brioche. It's
No, that's not. That's something else, yeah.
it
Again,
is.
very interesting. Like, it's not uh, I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy this, but I'm curious about it and I would wanna try it. But yeah, like you said, the role is kinda making me go like, "What am I getting into?"
Yeah, like what is it? It almost
Yeah.
looks like a Halloween themed thing that they threw like just a bunch
Almost,
of
yeah.
black dye into.
I I think the only thing that's saving it is that the cucumber and radish is giving a bit of the holiday, like the red and green.
It's giving a little
But
color.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, kind of an interesting I have to wonder if they're literally, like, ramming them in there or if it's just, like, kinda mixed in with the,
Yeah,
'cause doesn't it look like they just,
it's gonna
they made
like yeah,
yeah,
just shoving them in there.
yeah, they made the salmon and then they're like, "Oh, let's just,
So
ram them in there. There you go."
they frisbeed
Yeah,
them from
yeah.
across the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Trevor, the next place we're gonna go to is a place you know well, and that's Canada. Over to the Yukon
Was
Holiday
that
Kitchen. Now,
was that
go
meant to be a double holiday joke there?
what do you mean?
The place that you know well?
Oh, no, it wasn't, but sure, yeah, let's pretend like it
Yeah,
was.
I thought you were there. Okay.
No,
Alright.
I'm not clever enough for that, Trevor.
Alright. Okay, hey,
I I
these cookies look familiar. Didn't I
I
send you some
spent
of these cookies,
okay.
Tom?
Hold on. So Trevor, I need to tell you this because this is true.
Yeah.
So I spent probably an hour last night looking for a good copy of a public domain version of O Canada that I could play over this while we were talking about it. And I could not find a good version of
Uh,
it. And I'm really upset about it because I wanted to, but
hmm.
I also didn't want this video to get flagged for using things that don't belong to us. So unfortunately, I did not find that. I was going to surprise you with that. But yes, Trevor, you have said this seems to be a fairly common cookie in your grocery stores because you guys sent these to me one time and my
Mhm.
stepdad actually became obsessed with them and then started trying to find them on Amazon. But if you buy them on Amazon, they're only coming from Canada and so they cost an absurd amount of money. But this is a maple leaf. I should have you read it since this is Canada. You
Yeah,
read this, but yeah,
this is a maple leaf shortbread cookie with maple buttercream, which as Tom knows, these are delicious.
they are.
The maple cream is just great. Yes, we're Canadian, we love our maple syrup. Goes great in cookies.
It does.
Don't knock it, just accept that it's happening. And yeah, like Tom said, these are something like this looks a little bit of a step up from the ones we get at the grocery store because the ones at the grocery store, again, they're actually like mass manufactured, so they're not this looks a little more like, so, because it's a shortbread cookie,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
took a little bit more time to, bake these and whatnot. So it's, yeah, I mean, I feel like this would definitely be a step up from the ones that we get. Um,
I
or
actually
actually, I don't know if it would be a step up, but it'd be like this would be the equivalent of like me going into the bakery at the grocery store and looking for these cookies
yeah,
instead of just
yeah.
getting like the ones I sent you. Admittedly, they were the boxed ones, which
Which
for
is
the sake of
fine.
for the sake of shipping them,
Yeah,
the boxed ones are great, and like you said, every grocery store up here has a version of these because like the ones that I sent you were actually specific to a grocery chain that we have up here.
yeah.
But like you can go into any grocery store and find some version of these, which I mean, it's always the same. It's always maple buttercream and a maple cookie, and always in the shape of a maple leaf because, like
I
you said,
yeah.
do I need to start singing the national anthem here? Are we going to get in
No,
trouble if
I no,
I?
I mean, it's the national anthem itself is public domain, so they can't
Yeah.
get you for that, but the recordings of it, I have a recording, but it sounds like it was made, like, in, well, it was recorded in 1916, so it's over 100 years ago, and so it's not a good recording. But, but yes, I know. I was actually happy for you when I saw this, Trevor, because I know you don't always feel that the food that they have in the Canada Pavilion is representative of the food of Canada, and this
You're
one
right.
felt like it is. Like,
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're right. As silly as it sounds that this is like just like a cookie we can get at the grocery store. It is very Canadian, and something that I think, I kinda took for granted that, when I sent those cookies to you, I didn't think about, like, "Oh, you would never have seen these before." It was just like, "Ah, this is
yeah,
like a maple something or other," and it's like, yeah, it is actually very Canadian.
you're just used to it, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other 2 dishes in Canada are the same ones that they've had the past years. That's a seared salmon, so that's it looks good though. I mean, looks pretty straightforward. And, then also this beef, how do you say that correctly, Trevor? Do you know?
Hold on, I'm
Bourguignon.
looking at the French lyrics for the Canada,
You've gone off the rails
the
now.
the old
I've
Canada,
distracted you.
yeah, but, it's a beef, bourguignon.
Okay, bourguignon. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. But again, they've
yeah, a
had
lot of
this in
G's in
past
there,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of G's in there,
Yeah,
but they had this in past years.
yeah,
So now I'm gonna take you from things, Trevor, that are representative of Canadian cuisine and to something that's going to drive you crazy, which is a thing they're calling poutine. This is again a returning dish. This is a turkey poutine, sweet potato fries, turkey gravy, cranberry relish, and crispy onions near Canada over at the Refreshment Port, which they always have some sort of poutine. And I'm doing air quotes if you're listening to this,
yeah,
because Trevor is usually like, that is not poutine. And this might be the furthest one from poutine they've ever called
this
poutine.
this is about as poutine as that turkey dinner that we looked at from, like, the American Pavilion. It's like, okay, the fries are wrong because they 'cause they're using sweet potato fries.
There's no
The
curds. There's
gravy,
no cheese at
yeah,
all on this.
yeah, there's no cheese on it. There's it's turkey gravy, which is the wrong gravy.
That being
Yeah,
said, Trevor, looks
it's just
delicious,
wrong.
right? If
I
they
mean,
didn't call it
it
poutine, you would eat it.
it just looks like a turkey dinner on a plate with fries, which I mean, sure, like
Why not?
instead of having, mashed potatoes, serve me a side of fries with my turkey dinner. Yeah, okay, that's fair. But yeah, trying to sell it as poutine is no,
No,
no, no,
stop
no,
it.
no.
You
This
just did
is
well with the maple cookie. Now you're ruining
yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't get how they like they hit and then they completely missed. Like,
Well, I think the
yeah.
problem is, Trevor,
And
is that not
but
everyone is poutine purists like you are, right? Like,
fair, and I guess again, like you said, they're selling something here that it looks good. It
it
looks
does,
like,
yeah.
good loaded fries. But yeah, the entire reason I think this is a speculation thing on my part is that where Refreshment Port is literally right next to the Canada Pavilion, and so because of that, they throw poutine on everything because it's close enough to Canada. They go, "Oh, we can just, this
We
is
get away with
a
it. Yeah.
poutine," and they get away with it because of proximity to it,
And
and
because it's
but it's
delicious.
so
But yeah,
yeah, but it like there's
I know.
Yeah, the more that I look at this, it's like, no, this is like there's nothing about this that is poutine. Like
No,
nothing.
no.
Yeah.
Well, I will move away from enraging you to hopefully getting you to be happy with some other food because we're going to go over to
All right.
Swirled Showcase, which is between World Showcase and Imagination Pavilion. So if you've been following along in your head and you know your Epcot geography, we're basically just going in a big circle
We're
or
back
oval.
we're back heading
Yes,
up towards
towards the front
Spaceship
of the
Earth.
park. Yeah.
Yeah, towards the front of the
So
park.
this is right by the Imagination Pavilion, and this is a liquid nitrogen chocolate peppermint mousse with M&M holiday mint chocolate candies. At least they just say the holiday
Yes.
collection. You
Thank
know,
you.
at
Yes.
least
Get the
they're
mint ones
minty.
on there for once. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this is
love the
that.
mint ones. Yeah.
Yeah, this is that thing they've been doing for a couple of years now, where they're making the ice cream like right in front of you with the liquid nitrogen, which they've actually been doing it for a long time because they just have been promoting it more. And I say that because we did a dessert event at Epcot like probably 10 years ago plus, where they
Oh,
had a
yeah.
booth and they were doing this. They were doing the liquid nitrogen ice cream, and I know it's always a popular thing. But
Yeah,
you know,
we did it actually we did a Star Wars event back in, like, 2017, I wanna say, where
yeah,
in Hollywood Studios, yeah, they had the liquid nitrogen then. So, yeah, it's like you said, it's a good 10 years they've been doing it. The interesting thing, though, is that this isn't just, like, doing ice cream, they're using mousse,
yeah.
which the thing about mousse is that it's a lot more airy, and so putting it into the liquid nitrogen, I feel like it's going to shatter a lot better, if that makes sense. So, like, when you bite into it, it will it shatters instead of it just being, like,
It
hard, if
definitely
that makes sense? Yeah.
It's gonna have an interesting texture for sure. Like, it's
Yeah.
the texture is gonna be very different than ice cream because, and you can kinda see it here where it's almost like it's not smooth, it's almost like it's very lumpy. It's almost like chunks, you know?
Yeah, and but like I said, I think that it's gonna be very because it's gonna be very light and airy,
Yeah.
you're gonna bite into this, and it's gonna be like it's like, if you've ever had, like, freeze-dried candies, right? Or not f
Yeah.
or yeah, is it freeze-dried? No. What are
Yeah, yeah, the
the
freeze-dried candies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, same kinda thing where it's like, you bite into it and it's not like, it's not like a normal, like, hard candy where it's like you're really kinda working to get through it, just kinda almost just breaks apart in your mouth, which, yeah, like I said, for something like this and then also, hey, double down on you're serving something cold with mint, this is gonna be like, as a Canadian, if you've ever brushed your teeth and then gone outside in -30 weather, it is the, like, freshest
This
breath
freshest
of
feeling
air
ever.
you'll ever get in your life. Like, this feels like the same things. You get the mint and then, the cold, and
Get
you
that
just
rush.
kinda yeah, you would just you just put it in your mouth and just kinda go and inhale, and it'll be like, "Whew," like so,
Well, that's
I
that's the only
recommend trying that.
yeah, you gotta try it.
Yeah.
That's the only new thing at Swirl's Showcase, but we are gonna move over to the holiday sweets and treats menu, which is,
Mhm.
it just says near point of entry. Okay, wherever that may be. Now, this is just a peppermint sundae. This is from last year. This is really just straight up chocolate ice cream, whipped cream, and peppermint candy. Who cares?
Yeah,
I
okay.
want to talk about the hot cocoa flight, Trevor.
Here we are. Yeah, this
Hot
this is what
cocoa
Tom's after.
flight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
I was
Okay.
talking This
What do
is
we
why I
got?
got the idea for the cookie flight because I saw the hot cocoa flight and I'm like, I also would love a cookie flight to accompany my hot cocoa flight, right? So we have three different types. First of all, I didn't even know there were that many types of hot cocoa. I was like, what are they doing with hot cocoa that's different? I don't know. But we found out here because we have three different kinds. So we have a Christmas sugar cookie hot cocoa topped with whipped cream and sprinkles. That's the first one. The second one
Okay.
is a gingerbread hot cocoa topped with whipped cream and gingerbread garnish. We've actually seen this little gingerbread guy in one of the other dishes. I don't
Yeah.
remember where, but one of the other dishes around Disney World has this exact same little gingerbread guy. It might have been Jollywood. And the third one is a cookie butter hot cocoa topped with whipped
I
cream and what is that, speculoos spice? I mean,
Interesting. I thought that you were gonna say, like, a praline or something, but I don't know what that is.
I've heard the term before, but I don't know what the
Yeah.
definition of it is, you know?
Hmm.
Like, I couldn't tell you, but I get the feeling, by the way, these are all the same hot cocos, and then maybe they're just like throwing some like syrups in them or something to make them taste a little different, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first one is just straight up hot cocoa, right?
Yeah.
And then it's hot cocoa with ginger, and then hot cocoa with this spice. With so yeah, like you said, ultimately you're getting 3 cups of cocoa, but with just slightly different flavor profiles to them.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but I
I
mean
love it though. I
that
love it.
that's a lot of hot cocoa though. I don't know if I mean, I guess it depends on like
They're probably small
yeah,
cups though. I think they're small
yeah,
cups. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
It's
fair.
it's like when you do
Because I
the drink.
guess
Have you ever done the drinking chocolate at any of the firework parties? Like sometimes they'll have the drinking chocolate that's like it's a
I've never tried that, no. But
oh,
yeah,
it's
so
so
it's just
good.
like little shots
Yeah,
of
it's just a little guy.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. I guess I was thinking, like, I'm used to, like, when I get a hot cocoa, it's like, a big
Yeah.
cup of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? And so, I'm thinking like, "Oh, there's, like, 3 big cups of cocoa, that's too much." But, yeah, if it's I forget, flights are meant to be samples, not a full drink, so that's
Well, if
fair.
you ever do a dessert party again, Trevor, and they have the drinking chocolate, you need to have drinking chocolate. It's so good.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's just oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna talk about it because I'm gonna want some. So
Alright.
we're gonna move on. So this is a returning booth, and this is the Mele Kalikimaka Holiday
Mhm.
Kitchen, which is between World Showcase and Imagination. Nothing new here though. So this is obviously, as you can tell from the name, like Hawaiian inspired food. They are returning with the Kahlua pork, and also with this was it Lomi Lomi salmon,
Yep.
and also a coffee mocha cookie, which again, these are all returning items. This coffee mocha cookie looks pretty delicious, I have to say. Uh, you know, I would get this. Even though I'm not a
Yeah.
coffee fan. I
Yeah, I
would
was gonna
definitely
say,
try
I
this.
didn't think you were much of a
I'm
coffee fan,
not.
but I feel like coffee beans or, like, coffee infusion is a little different than, like, just drinking straight coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't have that strong bitter flavor that
Mhm.
coffee can have, I'm okay with it. Like I'm okay with like
Right.
the
You
the
you can
the
get the flavor of coffee without the bitterness.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 But we are gonna go over to Noche Buena
Che bueno.
Cocina,
Okay.
which is again also between World Showcase. It's that little strip over there where they always have a bunch of booths now.
Mhm.
And this is pan de jamon, which is a traditional Latin Christmas bread, rolled ham, raisins, and green olives. I You had me with the first two things.
The this looks like Mike Wazowski.
It kind of does actually, but I mean, listen,
Do you
this
see?
I
This
see it.
is Mike Wazowski bread.
But listen, if this is a traditional Latin thing, I'm going to assume that the raisins and the green olives bring like an interesting salty and sweetness to it.
Right.
It's got to be good if this is a traditional bread and it's a traditional dish. I'm betting it's good, and I would probably want to try. I would try it still. Like I wouldn't like be like, no, I'm not doing that because it has. I like raisins. I like olives. Like there's. It just feels weird. It feels like an odd combination to have
Yeah.
raisins with
The
ham.
for me, raisins are a deal breaker. I cannot do raisins. The olives are fine to me. Um, like I said, the thing that's bugging me is the way that this thing is staring at me. It's
Just looking
the
at you.
just how they positioned it with the olive
Yeah,
in the middle, it just looks like it's staring at me.
it does.
And
It
and I
does.
don't
Yeah.
like it.
I
And,
I
like
I
you said,
understand.
I'm sure it's an interesting flavor profile, if it's something traditional, that's fine. It's just how they chose
How they chose
to
to
plate
photograph it.
this. Yeah, it's not doing it any favors for me.
It's fair. That's fair. I said it again, Trevor. I gotta every time I do that, you have to like shock me from across the room
Oh,
somehow. I
boy.
need like a dog collar, one of those like shock collars. Give me one of those. I gotta stop saying that. Anyway, so yeah, this is an
I
interesting
need
one. What? Go
I
ahead.
need to be able to, like, throw something and have it, like, hit you in the side of the head.
That'd be pretty cool,
Like,
actually.
from
Maybe
a
you can have
straight
like
food.
come up with that effect where you throw
Yeah,
something and then it comes and hits me. Yeah, that.
yeah.
We have to wait a little bit. We need delay though for it to
Yeah,
travel, right? It's
exactly. Yep.
um. Also at Noche Buena, there's a returning item which is a plant-based chorizo tamale. But again, it's the single tamale, Trevor, and it says
It's
tamale,
not a
not tamal.
tamal. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, whatever.
I don't
Um,
know. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know either. But there's also
Choices in phrasing. Yeah.
there's also the cinnamon spice chocolate crinkle cookie, which is again, it's nothing super special, but this looks like a cookie that like my sister would bake around the holidays that I would,
Mhm.
devour. So, this is I think something that
I mean,
I would get. I have no
cinnamon
problem with it. Yeah.
yeah, cinnamon chocolate cookie, like, wait, you actually haven't hit on that yet in any of the other ones that we've looked at is, like, combining cinnamon and chocolate together, so it
By the
is
way, yeah. Can I make an observation, Trevor? This is a
Sure.
general observation of all the food times we've done, and I think I have a theory for this. And this might have
Mhm.
been happening for a couple of years, and I haven't noticed. No peanut butter floating around, none.
That is true.
And I think of peanut butter when I think of things with peanut butter in them very much around the holidays. Now, my theory, Trevor, is I assume that Disney's trying to cater to the fact that a lot of people have peanut allergies and they don't want to have to, potentially deal with contamination and people. I mean, listen, and I'm not saying like they should have peanut butter stuff because I have a family member that has a peanut allergy that's so bad that if they touch a peanut, they go into like, whatever that is. They,
Shock or,
yeah, like yeah, and
anaphylactic
anaphylaxis.
shock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand and I commiserate. It's interesting. I just didn't notice until really after like we did the second food time of the holidays that there was
Mhm.
just no peanut butter stuff anywhere. And I mean, I assume that's what it's about, but I don't know.
I think your theory is correct too. Like that's kind of my assumption is I know Disney is very mindful of, obviously they can't hit every possible allergy out there, but peanut allergy is a very common one.
Yeah.
And it's probably like you said, it's probably easier for them to not, just make the conscious choice to avoid peanuts altogether because yeah, it does mean, you don't want somebody that it's like, "Oh, come to our festival of the holidays," but you're having to tiptoe through a minefield of like,
Yeah,
is this
exactly.
booth safe? Is this booth not, right? So,
You know what they
yeah, it
should do,
makes sense.
Trevor? Next year, they get a sponsorship with, I don't know, Planters Peanuts, and they make a booth that is just peanut themed things. And that way and you keep that totally separate from everybody else, and there's no
Yeah.
confusion about this. It's the peanut booth. If you have a peanut allergy, you stay away from that booth.
Now I feel like
Yeah.
I just thinking back, but yeah, I think in the parks, I can't recall. No, there has to have been points where there's been peanut butter
This
stuff,
feels like a
and
recent thing. This feels like a
and
recent thing to
but
me,
but I feel like but also thinking back, like at Disney Springs, I'm pretty sure we saw there was some peanut butter themed
I think that's the only
dishes.
place we
Yeah.
saw it, and probably because it's not really Disney, right?
Yeah,
Because
it's third party. So,
yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, interesting observation though that yeah, I again, I feel like Disney is just making a conscious effort to avoid it right now.
And I appreciate that. I think that's a cool thing to do, but I also just like it's probably killing some chef in the background that they can't use peanut
Mm,
butter in some of these dishes because like peanut butter is such a common thing in holiday desserts and dishes. Like it's
yeah,
and I'm not even a big peanut butter fan. I'm not sitting here being like a peanut butter evangelist or anything. I just thought it was interesting as we were going through all these things, just no peanut butter whatsoever. And it has to be a conscious choice by them to leave peanut butter out. Because like it just has to be. So anyway,
yeah.
speaking of peanuts and nuts,
Well,
there is
speaking of nuts, yeah.
yeah, so I actually didn't put any of these pictures in because I kind of wanted to just skip over this. There's a booth called
Mhm.
Chestnuts and Good Cheer, which is basically just a bunch of glazed nuts. There's almonds, there's cashews, there's pecans, there's chestnuts. If you want nuts, go to this
Which
one.
which again, talking about the whole nut allergy thing is, again, I know people who have allergies and it's strange in that, like, I don't fully understand how it works, but it's like, yeah, they can be fine with almonds and cashews and stuff, but peanuts are no.
Peanuts
Like, it's
are no go.
specifically
Yeah.
peanuts, right? So yeah, it's kinda interesting, but again, like you said, this is all contained to a single booth. So if you want some, cinnamon glazed varying types of nuts, no peanuts though, obviously, you can get
I
that, but
yeah.
yeah, as a whole, Disney seems to be avoiding it for the rest of the booths, which again is fair.
By the way, if anybody's a Costco member out there and really likes glazed cashews, I last time I went to Costco, they had a bag of Kirkland cashews that were they're like they're glazed cashews in a big bag and they were so cheap. Cashews are usually
Well,
expensive. And
it's
so
Costco, yeah.
yeah, it was like a pound and a half bag of these glazed cashews for like I don't know, like $8 or something. And I was like, and they're so good. Like they're so
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
love those
yeah.
things.
Yeah, the
So
the
anyway.
Kirkland stuff is usually really good.
Well, I just love glazed cashews. Anytime it's almost impossible for me to be walking around a Disney park or really anywhere else in life. If you smell that smell, and everyone knows what I'm talking about, right? Where they're doing like the glazing of the nuts, like right there, you gotta go over and get them, especially when they're warm. Oh man,
Yes. Yeah.
just You can't. It's unavoidable. Like it's just unavoidable. It's literally. I talked about this before. It's like the cartoon thing where the cartoon aroma like turns into a hand and then just comes and grabs you and pulls you back. That's how it. That's exactly how it
Yeah.
is with these things for me. But anyway, on to the last thing, Trevor. Very last thing of our Epcot episode here. Over at the land, over at Sunshine Seasons. Gosh, I always have a hard time with this one. This isn't a new item. It's a peanut butter cookie. Pretty straightforward. Looks good.
There's the peanut butter.
There's the peanut butter in one
Yeah,
place.
okay.
We found
We
one thing of
spoke
peanut
too
butter.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, but it's contained to
One
the
place,
land.
one
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
I would think it would be everywhere. Like that's I think the only peanut butter dish we've seen in all of the food times we've done outside
Yeah.
of that one at Disney Springs, you know? So I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why
And
they're
yeah,
okay with it at Sunshine Seasons, but whatever.
again, it may be just it's a lot easier to offer it at just one place. And again, like I said, it kind of cuts into the whole, you know, if you know that that's at Sunshine Seasons and you don't have to worry about anywhere else, like uh, I think it's just easier for them to not do it. And you know what else it could be too is I know like, you know, the chefs, I feel like every year they kind of pick a theme or they like put it to their chefs to be like, hey, you know, this year we want you to use these ingredients. It's kind of like, I don't know if you ever watched on Cooking Network or Food
Yeah.
Network, there was Chopped,
Yeah, we have
where you know,
they have the themed cook. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, where you know they give them a basket and they're like, here's like 5 ingredients, you know, go make something. I feel like Disney kind of does that every year for their but like not for the returning stuff, obviously, but like every year it's like when they challenge their chefs, they're like, here's a list of ingredients, work with this, right? And then that kind of feeds out into what you see, which means, yeah, you know, certain things like peanut butter will probably not be used in any particular year. So maybe that's part of it too.
It is funny. I was just doing this whole peanut butter thing, and that was there, but that's why I actually thought about it because I saw this one, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's so weird to me that there's
That
just
this is the
so little.
only peanut butter
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
it's just like where's all the peanut butter? Anyway, sorry. They do have one new thing, and it is going to be our last thing of this episode, and that is a cookie milkshake, which is a spiced gelato with whipped cream, a cookie wreath on top, a Mickey shaped holly, and sprinkles. So
Okay.
we've got this is one of those shakes where they just kind of throw a cookie on the top. Although
It
I'm
better
okay with
taste
this
like
one.
cookie. If you're gonna call it a cookie milkshake, it better taste like a
It
cookie.
better taste like cookie. I agree.
I assume that's what the spiced gelato is doing.
Yeah,
I assume
yeah.
it's giving it like the same kind of, you know, taste as the cookie on top, but yeah, if it's just like a regular milkshake and there's a cookie on top, like, yeah, don't do that.
No, this adds to it. This adds to it. I have to say, one of the things I really like about this, and I see this more and more often at places that have milkshakes, is the big straw. Not the really like
Yeah,
the really
like the boba straw.
yeah, because like
Mhm.
so many times if you get a good milkshake is nice and thick. If you just have like a regular like soda straw, you're gonna be like,
You're
trying to
hurting
get
yourself
yeah,
trying to get the milkshake out of the
you're gonna go
cup.
blue in the face, like those big wide ones. Oh, that's the way to go if you're gonna do this. So good for them for doing that. It is a paper straw, and I know people hate that, but it is what it is. So
Mm, they're fine.
yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine. All right, so Trevor, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We
Wow.
did
All
the
right.
whole thing here, and we did it in less than like almost the an hour and 45 minutes, which is what we've been averaging on these things, which is impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, this one it was only the one park,
It
and we
was.
did cut it down a lot again, you know, just targeting the new stuff. But
That is true. Yeah.
yeah, actually, I'm kind of again, you know, like I said at the beginning of this, I'm glad that we did touch on it because you know the Epcot does bring a lot of interesting stuff, and you know, of everything that we've reviewed, not to say that you know the other parks have had a lot of very cool things, but I do very much love the all the different variation you get at Epcot. I just love like you said, we you and I have our particular areas that we kind of gravitate towards
Yeah.
for Epcot food. And that's what I like about Epcot the most is that whether it's holiday festival or not is that there's really if you can't find something to eat at Epcot like
Unless that thing is peanut butter.
what's well, but even peanut butter, you
Even
can
though
find peanut butter.
there's one
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, but, like, if you can't find something to eat at Epcot, um, like, what's wrong with you? It's kind of my take,
You're right. I mean,
the
you're right. Yeah,
you should be able to find something to eat there, and again, there's lots of great the holiday spread is just, um, there's a lot of really great comfort foods there, but then also a lot of, like, "Hey, I've never seen this before." It's, something from a different culture that, I've never considered before that I would be interested to try. Like, it actually gives me, like, pause of, I usually go to Disney in November timeframe because, just timing and whatnot, but it's like, "Hey, maybe a December trip just to go and experience this festival," because it is so short.
it is.
Sounds
It's a very
Yeah.
small window.
Yeah,
Eh,
that's seems a little more appealing to me because, like, I'm kinda sad that, I'm gonna miss out on a lot of these things, but,
yeah.
maybe they'll come back in, future festivals as well, so,
The other problem with this festival, Trevor, is that it's short and it's during the busiest time of year, right? So like
yeah.
you got a multi issue there, like because it's going to be crowded. I mean, there is like a week during December that
Yeah,
is not bad, but
there's, like, 1 week I feel
yeah,
that I could probably go there and be okay with it without it being too crowded.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, all right, well let's wrap up food time here, Trevor. I think the most important thing, and Trevor, I did a script for us to do this time, so you can.
Yeah. Alright, so we're actually gonna wrap this up properly this
We're gonna
time?
do a proper
Yeah.
wrap up, like, this is a real
Alright.
show that we
Wow.
do real wrap ups for, but, you don't have to mention everything if you don't want to, it's
Mhm.
up to you, this is the world's your oyster.
Yeah, alright, well, we're gonna try this because I've not had to actually do this on camera before, so
Yeah,
this'll be interesting.
it's a little
So,
different on camera.
yeah, it is. It definitely is because I can't, or I'm gonna try and read off the script here, but do it in a way that hopefully doesn't seem too awkward. So,
You've been doing
yeah,
it for, like,
start
7 years, you gotta know it now.
I'll say the same thing to you about the stuff that you read, Tom.
Alright, fair point. That's I said it
Yeah.
again. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. See, exactly.
why? Why,
Alright.
Trevor? Why? Alright, let's finish this.
Okay, so all right, so if you guys have any questions about stuff that we talked about on this episode or on the show in general, or you just want to share your own trip reports or anything like that with us, you can always find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys. And we are also on social media. So you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on YouTube as Welcome Home Podcast. You can find us on Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. On YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel
Please do.
because hey, we're starting to do more video stuff. So you'll get notified of those if you do like and subscribe to it. So keep that in mind. And also it just helps with the algorithm and all that stuff too. So, yeah, please check us out in those places. And then if you want to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.co and you can check out our different merch. And, maybe you're planning your own trip for the holiday festivals and you need a shirt or something. We can help you out there. We got shirts and all that. So check that out. Also, we have a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod and check out our different levels of Patreon support, which all of our Patreon listeners get, or all of our Patreon supporters get exclusive merch that you could only get through Patreon. So the logo it's not this logo.
Different
It's
logo.
actually, is it?
It's
Or
not
no,
this logo either.
it's not that logo either. So yeah,
We got
neither of
so
our
many
hats have the,
logos.
yeah. So it's an exclusive Patreon logo, and all of our Patreon supporters get access to the Discord server, which is yet another place that we talk about a lot of the things that you hear from the show. And our Discord supporters also, a lot of times we preview stuff that we're doing. So a lot of the work that Tom's been doing on, you know, building up, food
Music
time,
and
but also
graphics.
doing, yeah, doing graphics, doing openings, all that kind of stuff. You'll get previews of that too. So, if that's interesting to you, please check out our Patreon, and that way you can get access to Discord. And um, yeah, I already mentioned it, but hey, since we're on YouTube, like and subscribe here because
Yeah.
yeah, because it just helps us get this a little more visible, and maybe we'll be able to do more video episodes like this.
Yeah, and I mean, share with your food friends, right? Like, share this video, share all the videos. We want more people to watch this and know about us. So you can also watch this video, by the way. This on Spotify as well, so you can find it there. I think you can also watch it on Apple Podcasts too. If we have it on a videos there too. So really, you can watch this pretty much anywhere you can watch video podcasts. But thank you all for joining us on Food Time again. This will probably be our last Food Time for a little while. I don't want
this year.
You never say never. You never know what's going to happen. I don't know. It's very dictated by what Disney does. But thank you for joining Food Time. Let us know in the comments or in the email if you eat any of the food that we talked about today. We would love to hear your little review of this, and we will be sure to talk about it next time we talk about Food Time. So this has been Food Time. Thanks for joining us.